Captain Alex Harper stepped cautiously through the dense forest of Lysera. This planet was unlike anything he had ever seen. Trees glowed softly with blue light, and the ground beneath him seemed to hum with energy. Strange, floating plants drifted in the air like small lanterns, and the river that ran through the valley shimmered with colors he could not name. Everything on this planet seemed alive, as if the world itself watched him move. Alex's mission was simple: explore the uncharted areas of Lysera, gather data, and report any unusual findings. But he knew he was not alone. His sensors had detected life forms that were not native to human colonies, and his instincts told him some were intelligent. He had to be careful. As he moved quietly along a narrow path, he noticed footprints. They were delicate, with small toes that left almost no mark on the soft ground. His heart quickened. Someone or something was nearby. Alex slowed his pace, making sure not to make a sound. Then he saw her. She appeared suddenly in a small clearing illuminated by the glowing plants around her. The alien woman was unlike anything Alex had imagined. Her skin was a soft shade of silver with a faint shimmer, like moonlight reflected on water. Her eyes were large and deep, the color of warm amber, and they seemed to look straight into his mind. She moved with a grace that seemed almost unreal, as if she floated above the ground. Her hair, long and flowing, shimmered like strands of liquid metal. Alex froze. He had seen many alien species in simulations and even a few in real missions, but none had this kind of presence. There was power and elegance in her, but also a hint of caution. She was watching him, and he felt the weight of her gaze. For a long moment, neither spoke. Alex could feel his pulse racing, but he forced himself to stay calm. He raised his hand slightly to show he meant no harm. The alien woman tilted her head, studying him carefully. Finally, Alex spoke in a soft voice. I'm not here to hurt you." The alien's voice, when it came, was like a song. "Who are you?" she asked. Her tone was cautious but not angry. Her words were slow, deliberate, as if she had never spoken to anyone like him before. "My name is Alex Harper. I am a human, from the colony ships orbiting Lysera," he replied. "I come in peace. I only want to explore and learn about this world, and about you." The alien woman's eyes narrowed slightly. She seemed to consider his words carefully. Then she stepped back, keeping a small distance between them. Alex noticed that despite her caution, she did not flee. That was a good sign. They stood like that for several minutes. Alex's mind raced. He had trained for situations like this, but nothing could fully prepare him for meeting an intelligent alien in person, especially one as striking as her. He wanted to speak, to ask questions, but he also did not want to scare her away. Finally, in a moment of honesty, Alex found himself speaking words he had not planned. "You're beautiful," he said softly. The alien woman's eyes widened. Her lips parted slightly and she whispered, almost to herself, "No one ever said that." Alex felt a strange pang in his chest. Her voice was soft, delicate, and filled with surprise, as if she had never heard kindness directed at her before. He realized that in her life, perhaps no one had ever looked at her and simply admired her for who she was. "I mean it," Alex said gently. "You're truly beautiful." He stepped a tiny distance closer, careful not to invade her space. "Not just your appearance, but the way you move, the way you carry yourself. It's remarkable." The alien woman remained silent, but her eyes softened. Alex saw something shift in her expression, a flicker of trust, maybe even curiosity. She had expected fear, danger, or deception. Instead, she was met with honesty. For a long time, they just looked at each other. The glowing forest surrounded them, and the sounds of Lysera filled the air. The hum of plants, the distant splash of water, the whisper of the wind through luminescent leaves. It was peaceful, but also tense. Alex knew this moment was fragile. "Why are you here?" she finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I want to learn," Alex replied, "about your world, your people, and about you." He paused, searching for the right words. "I've seen many worlds, but none as beautiful as this. And I've met many beings, but none like you." The alien woman tilted her head again. Her amber eyes studied him carefully. Alex could feel her thoughts brushing against his mind, not in words, but in feelings. She was cautious, but she was also intrigued. "You speak strangely," she said. "Humans, you do not lie?" Alex shook his head. "I have no reason to. I only want to understand and maybe be a friend." The alien woman did not answer immediately. Instead, she began walking slowly around him, her movements fluid and deliberate. Alex noticed the details he had missed before, the faint shimmer of her skin, the way her hair caught the soft light, the subtle rhythm of her breathing. Everything about her was mesmerizing. "You are different from others I have seen," she finally said. "They come, they take. They look but never see. You, see?" Alex smiled faintly. "I try to. I know trust is earned. I don't expect you to believe me right away, but I hope in time you will." The alien woman paused and looked at him again. "No one has ever said kind words to me," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. "No one has ever truly seen me." Alex felt a wave of sympathy. He did not want to pity her, he wanted to respect her. "Then let me be the first," he said quietly. "You deserve to be seen and appreciated for who you are." For a moment, she simply stared at him, processing his words. Alex could sense her mind working, trying to make sense of this human who spoke with honesty, not greed or fear. "You speak differently than I expected," she said finally. "Humans, I thought you were all loud, aggressive, selfish." Alex shook his head. "Not all of us. I know there are bad humans, just as there are bad members of every species. But many of us, we try to understand, to help. I hope you will see that." The alien woman regarded him for a long time. Then slowly she nodded slightly. It was a small gesture, but to Alex it meant the beginning of trust. They sat down on a fallen log together, still cautious, still wary, but no longer completely strangers. Alex shared a little about his journey, the colonies, and why humans explored the stars. The alien woman listened, fascinated. She had never met someone so open, so willing to speak from the heart. Hours passed like minutes. The glowing forest shifted as night fell, the luminescent plants casting soft shadows around them. Alex could see the alien woman's face in the pale light, and he felt a strange connection forming, a bond between two very different beings who had found understanding in the middle of a strange world. Finally, the alien woman spoke, her voice almost a whisper again. I did not know words could mean so much. You make me feel seen." Alex smiled gently. "That is all I ever wanted, to be honest, to be kind, to show that humans can care." For the first time in her life, the alien woman allowed herself a small, genuine smile. It was fleeting, but it shone brighter than the glowing plants around them. Alex felt hope. Perhaps this meeting was the start of something extraordinary, not just for him, but for her as well. As night deepened over Lysera, the two sat together quietly, listening to the soft hum of the forest. Alex knew the days ahead would be full of challenges. He had no idea what lay in the hidden corners of this planet or how her people would react to his presence. But for now, there was peace. And for the first time, the alien woman knew that someone saw her, truly saw her, and found her beautiful. And that simple truth, the whispered words, the genuine compliment, was enough to change everything. The next morning, the soft light of Lysera's twin suns filtered through the glowing leaves, casting a rainbow of colors on the forest floor. Captain Alex Harper woke to the gentle sound of water trickling nearby. He had spent the night near the edge of the valley, careful not to intrude too much into the alien woman's space. He had promised himself he would respect her boundaries, but curiosity and a deep sense of connection pushed him to learn more about her world. Today, he hoped, would be the day they began to understand each other a little better. He spotted her first, Arya. She was standing near a cluster of plants that seemed to pulse with light. Her eyes were focused, and she moved with the same graceful precision he had noticed yesterday. Alex watched quietly from a distance, admiring how naturally she fit into her surroundings. Every movement seemed purposeful, every glance intentional. Arya noticed him and paused. For a moment, there was tension in the air, but Alex raised his hand slightly and smiled softly. She tilted her head, not completely trusting him, but she did not retreat. "I thought you might be here," Alex said, his voice calm. "I wanted to see how your morning begins. If it's okay, I'd like to watch from a distance." Arya studied him carefully. Her amber eyes flickered with a mixture of suspicion and curiosity. Finally, she nodded slightly. "You may watch," she said, "but do not touch. Do not come closer." Alex respected her words. He stood back, observing as she moved among the glowing plants. She reached out with delicate hands, touching each leaf as if feeling its energy. Some plants responded, opening slowly or brightening their glow. Alex had never seen anything like it. It was as if the flora itself recognized her presence. "You understand them," he said softly, stepping just a little closer. "Do you always know what they want?" Arya glanced at him, surprised that he spoke. "I do not speak with them as you speak with me," she replied. "But I feel them. They tell me things without words. It is our way." Alex nodded, fascinated. "It's amazing. Your world. It's alive in a way humans can only imagine." For the first time, Arya smiled, small but genuine. "You notice," she said simply. "Most do not. They look—" "But they do not see." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Her words reminded him of yesterday, of the first time he had told her she was beautiful. Perhaps she was beginning to see that he truly did notice, truly did care. He decided to try another step in building trust. "Can I help you?" he asked. "Even in small ways, I would like to be of service." Arya considered this. She rarely allowed anyone to assist her, especially outsiders. But something in Alex's voice, his tone and demeanor, made her pause. After a long moment, she nodded. "There is a small structure near the river," she said. "It is damaged. If you can help, I will allow it." Alex followed her through the dense forest, careful to move slowly and quietly. The structure appeared after a short walk. A small bridge of organic wood and vines partially collapsed. Water from the river had weakened its support, and a section of it hung dangerously over the edge. Arya gestured toward it. "This must be fixed before the river rises," she said. "It is fragile. Like life," Alex smiled softly. "I can do that," he said, rolling up his sleeves. He worked carefully, using tools from his pack and improvising where necessary. Arya watched silently, offering occasional guidance. Her instructions were precise but gentle. Alex realized she trusted him enough to let him handle something important. As they worked, Alex spoke about himself, not about humans in general, but about his life, his experiences, and the reasons he explored the stars. He was careful to keep his words honest and simple, knowing that Arya valued truth above flattery or lies. "You travel far," she said finally, after he had repaired the most fragile part of the bridge. "Humans, you see many things. Do you always find beauty?" Alex paused, wiping sweat from his brow. "I try," he said. "Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we are too busy to notice. But when we do, it is worth it. The beauty is everywhere, if you look for it." Arya looked at him, her amber eyes thoughtful. "You speak as if you believe in the world, not just the people in it." "Yes," Alex said. "I believe in the world, and I believe in the good in people, even if it is hard to find sometimes." Arya did not respond immediately. She turned back to the bridge, touching the wood lightly, as if feeling its energy. Then she looked at Alex again. "You speak strangely," she said softly. "Humans, you are not like the others I have seen." You care," Alex smiled. "I do. I care about understanding, about respecting life, about helping when I can. That is why I am here." For a long while they remained near the repaired bridge. The soft sounds of the river and the glowing plants surrounded them, creating a sense of calm. Alex felt a connection growing, not just with Arya, but with this planet itself. Later, as they walked back toward the valley, Alex noticed something curious. Arya paused near a cluster of trees that seemed to lean toward each other, their branches intertwined in a natural pattern. She touched one tree gently and it responded, opening tiny flowers that glowed softly in the morning light. "They respond to you," Alex said, fascinated. "How do you do that?" Arya smiled faintly. "They listen," she said. "And I listen to them. All life has a voice, humans. You only hear what you want." Alex nodded slowly. "I want to hear," he said sincerely. "I want to learn." Arya considered him for a moment, then nodded. "Perhaps you may learn," she said, "if you are patient." Their walk continued in silence for a while, but the silence was comfortable. Alex felt that this was progress. Yesterday he had merely introduced himself and offered a compliment. Today he was helping her, sharing words and beginning to understand her world. Trust was slowly forming. When they reached a small clearing near her home, Arya finally spoke. "You are strange," she said softly, almost as if testing the words. "You do not take. You do not demand. You give." Alex chuckled. "I suppose that is true. But it is not hard when you meet someone worth respecting." Arya looked at him for a long moment. Her amber eyes seemed to search his face, looking for any sign of deceit. Finding none, she allowed herself another small smile. You are the first human who has ever been like this. Perhaps the first human I may trust. Alex felt a rush of relief. It was small, but it was significant. Trust was the foundation for everything, and he knew he had taken an important step. You have given me something I did not know I needed, Arya said quietly. Your words, your presence, it is new to me, Alex nodded. And you have given me something too, he said. A chance to see this world through your eyes. It is more beautiful than I could have imagined. As the twin suns climbed higher, casting their warm light across the valley, Alex realized that this partnership, this tentative trust, was just the beginning. There would be challenges ahead, dangers they could not yet foresee. But for now they had each other, and that was enough. Arya finally spoke again, her voice barely above a whisper. No one has ever looked at me and said I was beautiful. Not like you. Perhaps I may learn to believe it. Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. His simple words yesterday had opened a door. Today, his actions had built a bridge, not just across the physical space of the valley, but across the vast divide between human and alien. As they sat together near the glowing river, sharing a quiet meal, Alex thought about the days ahead. He wanted to learn more about Arya, about her people, and about this extraordinary world. But more than that, he wanted to continue building the trust they had begun yesterday, a trust born from honesty, respect, and a simple recognition of beauty. The day ended with a gentle glow over the valley, painting the forest in colors humans could barely name. Alex and Arya sat side by side, silently watching the world around them. Words had started the connection, but actions were now strengthening it. And for the first time, both of them realized that understanding, respect, and kindness could cross even the greatest boundaries, between species, between worlds, and between hearts. The morning air on Lysera was crisp and filled with the faint hum of the glowing plants. Captain Alex Harper woke with a sense of purpose. After yesterday, he felt a growing connection with Arya and wanted to continue earning her trust. But there was a tension beneath the calm beauty of the valley, a feeling that something was not quite right. As he walked toward the river where Arya often spent her mornings, he noticed faint footprints in the soft soil. They were larger than hers, heavier and more purposeful. His pulse quickened. These prints were not from the wildlife he had encountered. Someone else was nearby. Arya appeared from behind a cluster of luminescent trees. She moved gracefully, but Alex noticed the tension in her stance. Her eyes, usually calm and curious, now held a shadow of concern. They are coming, she said quietly, her voice almost a whisper. They do not trust humans. They believe you are a danger. Alex's brow furrowed. Who are they? Members of my own people, she replied. They patrol the outer valleys. They do not allow outsiders. They see humans as threats, not friends. Alex nodded slowly. Then we need to be careful. Show me where they might come from. Arya led him through a narrow path between towering trees. The valley opened into a plateau that overlooked a dense forest. From here, Alex could see movement, figures patrolling, scanning the land. Their bodies were armored in natural exoskeletons, and their expressions were hard and unwelcoming. They will not stop unless they believe you are dangerous, Arya said. We must move carefully or they will attack. Alex assessed the situation. We can avoid them for now, he said. But we need a plan if they find us. Can you trust me to protect you? Arya's amber eyes met his, searching for any sign of deceit. Finding none, she nodded. Yes, I trust you, but this is dangerous. They moved silently, using the forest for cover. The glowing plants created patches of light and shadow, perfect for hiding but also tricky to navigate. Alex noticed the beauty of the land even as he remained alert. Every step brought a new discovery. Flowers that opened and closed with a soft glow, vines that moved as if sensing their presence, and small creatures that darted through the underbrush. As they reached a safer area near a cliff overlooking a shimmering river, Arya paused. They are approaching, she whispered. We may need to hide until they pass. Alex nodded. Show me the best place. She led him to a hollowed area under a large tree, where the roots created a natural shelter. It was hidden, almost invisible from above. They crouched there, barely breathing as the patrol passed in the distance. Alex could see their movements, swift, precise, and alert. These were not mindless guards. They were skilled, and they would not hesitate to act. They believe in strength above all, Arya said softly. They do not see the value of understanding. Alex's mind raced. He had to find a way to protect her, to show that humans could be more than what her people feared. We'll find a way, he said. Together. The patrol moved on and Alex exhaled quietly. That was close, he said. We need to be more careful from now on. Arya nodded, her expression thoughtful. You have shown courage. You act with respect. They may not understand now, but perhaps they will see you differently. Alex smiled faintly. I hope so. I want to show them that humans can be trusted. But for now, we focus on staying safe. As they moved back toward the river, Arya began to explain more about her people. We are a cautious species, she said. Trust is earned over many cycles. Strangers are often seen as threats. We value survival, and that sometimes means avoiding others. You are different. You see more than survival. You see life. Alex listened carefully, absorbing every word. That's what I want to do, he said. I want to understand life, yours, mine, and this planet's. I want to learn, not take. Arya regarded him silently. You speak truth, she said finally. And that is rare. They reached a shallow part of the river where the water glowed softly. Arya knelt and touched the surface, and the water responded, shimmering with brighter colors. Alex knelt beside her, careful not to disturb her space. Water is life, she said softly. It carries memory. It remembers everything that passes through it. You respect it, Alex smiled. I do. Water teaches patience. It teaches balance. I try to learn from it. Arya glanced at him, her expression softening. You have patience. And courage. Two things humans rarely show together. For a moment, silence fell over them. Alex watched her carefully, noticing the small details. The way her hair caught the light, the gentle rhythm of her breathing, and the way her hands moved over the glowing water. He realized that every gesture of hers carried meaning, and he wanted to understand it all. Suddenly, a rustling noise came from the nearby trees. Alex tensed immediately. They're close, he whispered. Arya nodded. Yes, we must move quickly. They stood, and Alex took her hand gently. We can get through this, he said. Trust me. Arya hesitated for a moment, but then allowed him to lead her. They moved swiftly but quietly through the forest, staying low and using the shadows for cover. The patrol was close enough now that Alex could hear the faint sound of their movements, leaves crunching underfoot, distant calls to one another, the soft click of their armored suits. We need a plan, Alex whispered. We can't outrun them forever. Arya nodded, thinking quickly. There is a cave nearby. It is hidden behind a waterfall. Few know of it. We can hide there until they leave. Alex's eyes lit up. Lead the way. They reached the waterfall after a tense walk, the sound of rushing water masking their movements. Arya moved confidently, her knowledge of the land evident. She gestured to a narrow opening behind the water. Alex followed carefully, his senses alert. Inside, the cave was cool and dimly lit by the bioluminescent minerals in the walls. Alex could hear the water cascading outside, a comforting rhythm amidst the tension. Arya turned to him, her amber eyes serious. This cave is safe for now, but we must be ready. They will not give up easily. Alex nodded. We will be ready. We'll face them together. They sat in the cave, catching their breath. Alex noticed the way Arya's posture relaxed slightly, the first time he had seen her let her guard down today. You do not fear as much as others, Arya said softly. You act even when danger is near. That is human courage, Alex smiled faintly. I've faced danger before, but today I want to protect you. That gives me strength. Arya studied him quietly. You are strange. Most humans run from what they cannot control. You face it with thought, not recklessness, Alex nodded. I've learned that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting even when you are afraid. And I've learned that protecting someone else, someone worth protecting, gives courage a purpose. Arya's eyes softened. You have purpose. That is rare among humans. I trust you. Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Trust was growing slowly but firmly. It was a fragile bond, but it was real. They spent the day in the cave discussing the land, the plants, and the subtle signals of the creatures around them. Alex asked questions about her people, her life, and her experiences. Arya answered cautiously but with growing openness. She seemed to appreciate his patience, his willingness to listen rather than assume. As the twin suns began to set, casting long shadows across the valley, Alex realized that their bond had grown stronger today. not just through words but through shared experience. They had faced danger together, navigated the unknown, and survived. And in doing so, they had begun to understand each other in ways that no human or alien had before. Arya finally looked at him, her expression thoughtful. "Today, you have shown me something I have not felt before. Safety, trust, and perhaps hope," Alex smiled gently. "And you have shown me a world I could never have imagined. You have shown me that understanding is more powerful than fear, and kindness more powerful than force." For a moment, they sat together watching the glowing forest, the shimmering river, and the rising stars above. The day had been filled with tension, danger, and discovery, but it had also brought them closer together. Alex knew there would be more challenges ahead. The patrols would not give up easily, and the hidden dangers of Lysera were still unknown. But for now they had each other, and that was enough. As night fell, Arya whispered softly, "You are different, perhaps. The first human I have truly trusted." Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. Trust had been earned, and the bond they were building was stronger than either of them had expected. And in that quiet moment, with the glowing plants casting gentle light around them, Alex realized that this connection, the trust, the understanding, the shared courage was the beginning of something extraordinary. The next morning, Lysera's twin suns rose over the glowing forest, bathing the valley in a soft, colorful light. Captain Alex Harper woke with a sense of determination. Yesterday, he and Arya had evaded the patrols, but he knew the danger was far from over. Today, they had to be proactive. Arya appeared quietly at the entrance of the cave, her eyes scanning the horizon. "They will return," she said softly. "They do not forgive easily." Alex nodded. "Then we prepare. We cannot just hide forever. We need a plan, something to show them that I am not a threat and that we mean no harm." Arya considered him for a long moment. "You would face them, even though they might attack?" "I would," Alex replied firmly. "I will protect you. I will do whatever it takes." Her amber eyes softened slightly. "You are brave. That is human courage." They spent the morning moving through the forest, observing the patrols from a distance. Alex noticed that the patrols were organized and methodical. They did not rush. They scanned every path, every tree, every shadow. Their discipline was impressive, but it also made them predictable. Arya whispered, "They value strength, but they do not understand strategy. They attack what they see, not what they think." Alex smiled faintly. "Then we use that. We show them a different kind of strength, one that does not rely on fear or force." As they watched, one of the patrols approached the edge of the valley. Alex and Arya crouched behind a thick cluster of glowing vines. The patrol stopped near the river, inspecting the area carefully. Alex noticed their communication, soft clicks and gestures, and realized they were coordinating silently. They were skilled, but they relied heavily on assumptions. "This is our chance," Alex whispered. "We need to create a distraction, something that will make them rethink their approach." Arya looked at him with a mixture of concern and curiosity. "What do you mean?" Alex pointed to a patch of bioluminescent plants near the riverbank. "We can use these. If we move them carefully, we can create lights in the forest, drawing their attention away from us. They will think something larger is moving, and it will give us time to act." Arya nodded slowly. "You plan well, humans. Sometimes surprise me." Together they moved silently, Alex guiding Arya's hands to carefully shift the glowing plants. They created a trail of flickering light leading away from the cave. When the patrol noticed the movement, their attention shifted immediately. The soldiers followed the lights, investigating while Alex and Arya slipped deeper into the forest, moving toward higher ground. As they reached a ridge overlooking the valley, Alex felt a surge of confidence. "That should buy us some time," he said. "But we need a longer-term solution. We cannot keep running forever." Arya nodded. "I know of a place, a hidden plateau deeper in the forest. It is sacred to my people. They rarely go there. If we reach it, we can talk to them safely. Perhaps they will listen." Alex agreed. "Then we move quickly. Show me the way." The journey to the hidden plateau was difficult. The forest grew denser, the glowing plants casting strange shadows. Alex noticed creatures moving around them. Some curious, some cautious, all intelligent in their own ways. Arya moved with ease. guiding him through paths that seemed invisible to outsiders. Along the way, Alex took the opportunity to learn more about her culture. "Why do your people distrust humans so much?" he asked. Arya glanced at him. "Humans. They are loud, careless, and often selfish. They take what they want. My people have seen many outsiders. Few have shown respect. Few have shown understanding. You are different." Alex smiled faintly. "I am glad you see that. I hope one day they will too." After several hours, they reached the hidden plateau. It was breathtaking. A wide open space surrounded by towering cliffs with a soft river running through the center. The plants here glowed brighter and the air felt alive, charged with energy. Arya turned to Alex. "This place is sacred. My people respect it. We can speak here without fear of attack. If they come, they will listen. At least they will hear what I say." Alex nodded. "Then let's hope it is enough." No sooner had they begun to settle on the plateau than the patrol arrived. The soldiers stepped cautiously onto the open ground, their movements precise, their eyes alert. Alex and Arya stood together, calm but ready. Arya stepped forward, raising her hands slightly. "Wait," she said firmly. "Do not attack. Listen to me." The patrol hesitated, clearly surprised. Arya's voice carried authority but also reason. She continued, "This human is not your enemy. He has shown courage, respect, and understanding. He has done nothing to harm us or our land. Judge him not by fear, but by his actions." Alex watched as the patrol's eyes flicked between Arya and him. Some seemed doubtful, some curious, but no one moved to attack. Taking a deep breath, Alex stepped forward slightly. "I am here to learn, not to fight," he said. "I respect your people and your world. I want to understand, to help where I can, and to show that humans can be trusted." For a tense moment, silence fell over the plateau. Then one of the senior patrol members stepped forward. His exoskeleton shimmered in the soft light and his expression was serious. "We have watched you," he said slowly. "You act differently than most humans. You show respect. You protect, not destroy. Perhaps your words are true," Alex nodded. "Thank you. I only ask for a chance to prove it further. I will not fail." The patrol member studied him carefully, then gestured for the others to lower their stances. "We will see," he said. "But know this, trust must be earned even from us. Actions speak louder than words." Arya's eyes softened. "You have already taken the first steps," she said to Alex quietly. "Now continue. Show them the truth of your heart." Alex smiled faintly. "I will." As the patrol left, retreating to the edges of the plateau, Alex felt a surge of relief. They had not only survived the encounter, but had begun to earn the respect of Arya's people. He realized that courage, patience, and honesty could bridge even the widest divides. Arya turned to him, her expression thoughtful. "You face danger without fear, yet with care. You act not for glory, but for understanding. That is rare among humans. You are truly brave." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Her words, combined with her trust, made the risks worthwhile. "I only act because it matters, to protect, to learn, to understand, and because I care about you." Arya's eyes widened slightly at his words. For a moment she was silent, absorbing the meaning. Then she nodded slowly. "And I care that you do, perhaps. This is the beginning of something new." They spent the rest of the day exploring the hidden plateau, studying the glowing plants and the creatures that lived there. Alex helped Arya repair a small bridge over the river, and she showed him the delicate balance of life in this sacred place. Every action, every gesture strengthened the bond between them. As night fell, the twin moons of Lysera rose over the plateau, casting a soft silver glow. Alex and Arya sat together near the river, watching the water shimmer and listening to the gentle hum of the forest. "You have shown me courage, patience, and kindness," Arya said softly. "You have faced danger without anger, without fear controlling you. That is rare. You are different. I trust you completely." Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. "And you have shown me this world, its beauty and its wonder. You have shown me that trust and understanding can overcome fear. That is something I will never forget." For the first time, Arya allowed herself to relax completely in his presence. She leaned slightly closer, her amber eyes reflecting the moonlight. "No one has ever seen me like this," she whispered. "No one has ever treated me like I matter. Until now." Alex reached out gently, not to touch but to offer reassurance. "You matter," he said softly. "To me and to this world." Arya's lips curved into a small, genuine smile. Then, perhaps humans are not so different from us after all. Perhaps there is hope. They stayed together side by side as the moons rose higher, bathing the plateau in soft light. The danger had not vanished, but they had faced it together, proving that courage, honesty, and understanding were stronger than fear. And in that quiet, glowing night, both Alex and Arya realized that their bond had grown deeper than either could have imagined. A bond of trust, respect, and perhaps the first hints of something more. The morning on Lysera was quiet, almost too quiet. Captain Alex Harper awoke to a soft breeze carrying the scent of glowing flowers from the hidden plateau. The twin suns were rising, casting delicate rays through the forest canopy. Today felt different. A sense of anticipation hung in the air, as though the world itself knew that a change was coming. Alex looked over at Arya, who was already standing at the edge of the plateau, gazing at the forest below. Her amber eyes reflected the rising light, and there was a quiet determination in her stance. She had grown more confident in his presence, and he felt a surge of pride. "You seem ready," Alex said softly, approaching her. Arya glanced at him and gave a small nod. "I am, but today, we must face them fully. Not hiding, not escaping. We must show them who you are, and perhaps who we can be together." Alex smiled faintly. "Then let's do it. Together." They began their descent carefully, moving through the forest paths that Arya knew so well. The patrols had been alert over the last few days, but today, Alex hoped, they would see more than just a human intruder. They would see courage, understanding, and respect. As they reached a clearing near the river, the patrol appeared as expected. The soldiers stepped forward, their expressions cautious. Alex noticed that this time their movements were more measured. They had witnessed the previous encounters and were now curious rather than immediately hostile. Arya stepped forward confidently, standing beside Alex. "Listen," she said, her voice strong and commanding. "This human is not your enemy. He has acted with courage, respect, and understanding. He has faced danger for the sake of my people and this land. Judge him not by fear, but by his actions." The patrol leader, the one who had spoken to Alex before, nodded slightly. He studied Alex carefully. "We have seen him," he said slowly. "He acts differently than most humans. He does not destroy what he cannot understand. He protects what is fragile. Perhaps he is as he claims." Alex took a deep breath. "I am here to learn, to help, and to show that humans can be trusted. I will not harm you, your people, or this world. I only wish to understand and to protect." The patrol leader exchanged glances with his team. Some seemed uncertain, others curious. Finally, he stepped forward. "Your actions have been noted. Today we will judge not by fear but by deeds. Show us, human. Show us the truth of your heart." Alex nodded. He felt the weight of responsibility, but also the strength that came from having Arya by his side. Together, they began to demonstrate the ways they had been working. Alex carefully repairing a small bridge, Arya guiding the movement of glowing plants to restore balance to the area. Every action was deliberate, showing respect, patience, and care. The patrol watched silently, their expressions softening as they observed. It was clear that Alex's courage was not reckless but thoughtful. He acted with purpose, and it was impossible to ignore the trust and partnership between him and Arya. After some time, the patrol leader stepped forward again. "You have shown courage, patience, and understanding," he said. "You have earned a measure of trust. Perhaps humans are not so different as we believed. We will allow you to remain here, under careful observation, to continue proving your intentions." Arya exhaled softly, relief evident in her posture. "You see?" she said to Alex. "They listen. They may not fully understand yet, but they see the truth in your actions." Alex smiled. "It is only the beginning, but it is a start." As the patrol retreated to the edge of the plateau, Alex and Arya walked to a quiet spot near the river. The water shimmered with glowing reflections, and the air felt alive with energy. They sat together side by side, sharing a moment of quiet triumph. "You have changed the way they see humans," Arya said softly. "You have shown them that courage is not only in strength but in understanding. That kindness is not weakness, that trust can exist even between worlds." Alex turned to her, meeting her gaze. "And you have changed me," he said. "You've shown me a world I never could have imagined, a people I could never have understood, and a bond I could never have expected." You have taught me patience, courage, and the beauty of seeing life differently. Aria's lips curved into a small, genuine smile. No one has ever said these things to me before, she whispered. No one has ever looked at me and truly seen me. Alex took a deep breath. Then let me say it again, you are beautiful. Not just for how you look, but for who you are. Your courage, your grace, your connection to this world. It is extraordinary. For a long moment, Aria was silent, her amber eyes glistening in the morning light. Then she whispered almost shyly, no one ever said that to me before. Alex smiled gently. Then let me be the first. She looked at him, a mix of wonder and warmth in her gaze. Perhaps humans are capable of more than I thought, she said softly. Perhaps there is hope for understanding even across worlds. The rest of the day was spent exploring the plateau, learning together, and continuing to build trust between humans and her people. Alex helped with small tasks, learned the subtle ways of the glowing plants, and even began to understand the delicate balance of life in this world. Aria guided him patiently, teaching him the language of gestures, glances, and the energy that pulsed through the land. As the twin suns began to set, painting the forest and river in brilliant colors, Alex and Aria stood together at the edge of the plateau. They looked out over the valley, the glowing plants reflecting the fading light. You have brought change, Aria said softly, not just to me, but to my people. You have shown them that courage, respect, and understanding can cross the greatest divides. You have shown them humanity's potential. Alex felt a sense of fulfillment he had never known. And you have shown me that trust, patience, and connection are the most powerful forces of all. We can learn from each other, grow together, and create something better if we choose to. Aria turned to him, her expression thoughtful. You have become more than a visitor. You have become a part of this world, and perhaps a part of me. Alex's chest tightened with emotion. And you have become a part of me. I have never met anyone like you. Your strength, your wisdom, your courage, it inspires me. For the first time, Aria allowed herself to fully smile. Then perhaps, this is only the beginning. They spent the evening by the river, sharing quiet moments of reflection. Alex spoke of Earth, his home, and the lessons he had learned as a human explorer. Aria shared stories of her people, their history, and the delicate balance of life on Lysera. They laughed softly, learned together, and simply enjoyed the presence of one another. As the moons rose, casting a silver glow over the plateau, Alex realized that their journey had transformed them both. Fear had been replaced by trust. Misunderstanding had been replaced by connection. Distance had been replaced by closeness. You are beautiful, Alex said again softly, looking into her eyes. And I am grateful that you let me see you. Aria's eyes shone with emotion. And I'm grateful that someone finally did. They stood together in silence for a long moment, letting the glow of the forest and the shimmer of the river fill the space between them. The danger of yesterday seemed distant, replaced by the promise of understanding, friendship, and something more. For the first time, Alex felt that he truly belonged, not just on this planet, but here beside Aria in this extraordinary world. And for the first time, Aria allowed herself to believe that humans could be more than outsiders. They could be allies, friends, and even something closer, someone who could see her, understand her, and appreciate her for who she truly was. As the night deepened and the stars began to twinkle above, Alex and Aria knew that this was the start of a new chapter, one filled with trust, discovery, and the quiet, powerful bond of understanding that could span worlds. And in that moment, with the soft hum of the glowing forest around them, they realized something simple yet profound: seeing, truly seeing, and recognizing beauty both in the world and in each other was the first step toward a future neither of them could have imagined alone.